What is up guys, it is Nate. Welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome back to another tattoo related video. Now yes guys, I know it's been an absolute minute since I've made one of these videos, but we are back and today we're going to be talking about my big dragon piece tattoo. Now I got this tattoo about 3.5 years ago and I've always wanted to make a Q&A video specifically about this tattoo simply because it took the longest, it's the biggest, and it definitely gets the most amount of attention. So when Instagram put out that new feature on its story which allowed me to get you guys to ask me questions, I thought it would be the perfect time to get you guys to ask me questions about my back piece and so I could make a video and hopefully you guys will learn a little bit more about my tattoo. And before we get into it, I just want to give a massive shout out and a big thank you for those who actually left me a question. I really appreciate it. Let's get into it. Let's go. Okay, straight into the questions. Now question 1 is, what is the meaning behind it and how long did it take to finish your tattoo? So that's really 2 questions. I'm gonna answer it though. Let's start off with the meaning of the tattoo. Now guys, I did make a tattoo tag video about the meaning of my tattoos, and to be honest, and like I said in that video, there really isn't a hell of a lot of meaning behind my dragon tattoo. I simply just wanted a badass looking dragon tattoo. I think it's just because I'm Asian, I don't know. Ever since growing up, I wanted to get a dragon tattoo, so I got it. And initially, it was the first tattoo that I got, and it was actually a little dragon, a little tribal tattoo down the middle of my spine, about that big. I've since obviously got that lasered off, and yeah, now I have this huge dragon on my back. Now in terms of how long did it take, it took roughly 30 hours, give or take a few hours, but yeah, it took quite a while. It's definitely my biggest tattoo that I have. Next question is, how many sessions did that back piece take? Now, like I just said in the last question, it did take roughly 30 hours and I'm pretty sure it was about 8 different sessions. Next question, what was the most sensitive spot when getting tattooed on your back? Now guys, this may come as a surprise, but the most painful spot, in my opinion, was the top of my bum. So my tattoo goes from just under my neck all the way down past my pant line till about halfway down my bum, and anything past that pant line was definitely the most painful spot. Now some people have asked me what that felt like, and to be honest, it was kind of like, you know when you get like a mozzie bite or an itch and you scratch it and it starts to feel good, and then you kind of keep scratching it and you go beyond that point and it starts to hurt, and then you keep scratching it again, and then you kind of start taking skin off and then it just really hurts. That's what it felt like. Next question is, your feelings right after finishing it. Now guys, I'm assuming this person wants to know what it felt like once I finished the actual tattoo in its entirety. And guys, the only way to describe it is just pure relief. Now, not only, you know, for that specific tattoo, but just any tattoos that you get in general, there's no better feeling than when the tattoo artist says, we're done, you're finished, you can go home. And it's just, you know, a matter of the fact that, you know, you can actually get up, you can walk around, you can move, you can go get something to eat, you're not in pain. All of those kind of emotions just come together and it's just pure relief and happiness. So that's how I felt. Next question is, explain the healing process. Did you need an extra hand to get hard to reach spots? Now again, I'm assuming this person means when applying the ointment, did I need someone to help me? And sometimes if I could get someone to help me, I would, but most of the time it was actually just me having to kind of, you know, one hand over this shoulder and one hand over that shoulder and then up from underneath, and it was a bit of a struggle. So if you guys are getting a huge back piece tattoo, it's always nice to have someone there to help you with applying the ointment, whatever you're using, as you guys go through the healing process. It's also kind of annoying because the first couple of days when you guys are sleeping, because I tend to sleep on my back a lot, your shirt will stick to your back, so you need to put something in between, you know, like a barrier in between your back and your shirt. So I also had to put like Glad wrap over my back at night so that it wouldn't stick to my shirt. And so when I got up in the morning, I could just take the cling wrap off, have a shower, and get rid of all the gunk. Next question is, how money sign was the investment? The difference between New York City and Australian artists. Now I'm assuming this person wants to know how much it costs in comparison to, you know, other artists around the world. Now generally speaking, if you're from Australia, most good tattoo artists are around $180. So $180 times 30, like I said, it was definitely close to about $5,000, give or take. Obviously, my tattoo artist gave me a few discounts here and there because I have had a lot of work with him in the past, so I did get a little bit of a hookup. But yeah, $180. So yeah, I'd say roughly $5,000. This is a really cool question. Did you ever debate different subject matter, or did you always know you wanted a dragon? Now this is a great question because I actually wanted to get a Hanya mask. So it was either a dragon or a Hanya mask. I believe that both of these images are really powerful, really strong. And so yeah, I did consider getting a Hanya mask for a little bit, but you know, obviously I went with the dragon. I think it's just because it was something that I had on there before. I kind of had a little bit more of a connection to the dragon myself, and I think it kind of flowed with my body a little bit more as well. This person wants to know, would you ever add to the bottom of it? Now, like I said, my tattoo does go to halfway down my bum and it does kind of curve off. I would have really liked to have been able to go all the way down my back, down the back of my legs, but unfortunately, years before even getting my back piece, I got a thigh piece, which kind of, you know, ruined the whole flow of the tattoo. So I just kind of kept it at my bum. Next question is, what is the inspo behind this? Now, I've always loved the look of full coverage. I don't know, it just amazes me. Like, you know, seeing the kind of, you know, gangster Yakuza style tattoos. I really loved the look of those. But the dragon itself, it's really funny. I was in Cancun, I saw this dragon statue in a shop, and I really loved the look of it. So I took a photo of it, sent that to my tattoo artist, and that's actually the inspiration for the way the dragon actually looks. So it's a very traditional kind of Chinese looking dragon. And yeah, that's kind of how it came about. So the next question is, do the front and back complement each other purposely, or did it just happen? Now, I'm assuming this person wants to know about, you know, the continuity between my front of my tattoos and the back, how they all look the same. And yes, they all were done by the same tattoo artist, so I guess that's why, you know, they're the same style, the same kind of coloring, and everything just flows really nicely. But leading up to getting my back piece, I never actually knew I was gonna get it. All of mine was very segmented. So I went and got a half sleeve here first, then this half sleeve, then the chest, then the back, and then I finished this full sleeve. So I never actually knew at the time that I would be actually getting, you know, the whole back piece as well. So we just happened to be able to make all the tattoos kind of fit together, which of course looks really, really good. And a lot of people don't even realize that. This question cracks me up. Can you look at it without a mirror? No, I can't. Now this person wants to know, who is the tattoo artist? Now, the tattoo artist is Dean Carlisle. I'll definitely leave a link to his Instagram down below so you guys can check him out. He is a tattoo artist based in Sydney who kind of does like modern kind of Japanese tattoos. He does a lot of other stuff, but I believe, like, you know, he really specializes in kind of Japanese style tattoos. He's a really good bloke. You can talk to him about the designs, easygoing, and that's why I've gotten so much work from him before. This person asks, do you recommend getting a back tattoo first, a big space and easy to hide if needed? Now honestly, it just depends on your preference, what, you know, you believe you're going to be getting in the future, what kind of tattoo it is, you know, what it is, the subject matter. It all depends on you, what you're getting. Can't really answer that question, but yeah, my first actual tattoo was on my back, so I guess, yeah, it's a pretty good spot. Next question is, do you use any products to keep the colors in your tattoos bright and long lasting? Now this is a question that I get often asked a lot, and I just kind of put it down to the fact that the ink that was used in my body was really, really good quality. But yeah, the colors have kept up really nicely considering I do go out in the sun. Now I made a video about my Aftercare, and I spoke about how I use moisturizer, bio oil in winter, and then when I go out in the sun, I use a ton of like 50 SPF plus sunscreen as well. So I'm always putting sunscreen on when I'm out in the sun, and if I can, I will avoid the sun as well. So these are just a few little tips that will keep your tattoos looking bright. Now for all of the videos that I kind of cross-reference to or refer to, you guys will be able to check them out because I'll leave the link to all of those videos in the description box below as well. Second last question is, debating a back piece also, but did you ever think it's a lot of money for something you can't see? That's kind of a good question. No, I never really thought about the fact that I can't really see it, so I can't really appreciate it as much. However, I do kind of, you know, I guess see it in photos every now and then if I look in the mirror. But yeah, I'd never really thought about that too much. But I always kind of felt that I would rather something on my back that I couldn't see, that I couldn't get sick of. Because every now and then when I do see it in a photo, or like I said in the mirror, I'm often kind of like, damn, like that's on my back. So it's kind of like a little surprise every time. So no, I never thought about that. But it's a good question. Okay, so wrapping up this video, the last question is, do you ever wish you left more space for another piece? Definitely not. I like the fact that my whole back is completely covered by the one single tattoo, and the continuity is there, and it just looks nice and natural. So definitely not. And like I said, I did have tattoos on there previously that I did get lasered off, so that there was no kind of interference with the design or anything like that. So yeah, never really thought about it. I love the fact that I didn't leave any space there. I've still got plenty of other space on my body to get tattoos. But yeah, another good question to finish off. Alright guys, so that is the back piece tattoo Q&A video. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Thank you again to those who left me a question. I appreciate it. Don't forget guys, if you really like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, go check me out on my Instagram at TheStyleDogg. And guys, as always, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.